most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi there, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Humble to the end, right, Brad?
That's
Today
right.
we're going to talk about working at a computer will ruin your body. I read this funny later before. Unless you fix these 4 simple things.
That's right. Bob, many people are working at home that haven't been before. There's a lot of people using laptops. There's a lot of things that can really cause neck and back pain. We're going to show you 4 things. Doesn't cost a lot at all, and it can correct all this and make you feel a lot better.
Yeah, by the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Go to bobandbrad.com, go to the giveaway section. We're always giving away something, but we're on a one-day hiatus, so it'll start tomorrow. And you can also find the contest. They'll be pinned to the top of the page at Facebook.
Yeah.
Go to Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok if you want a 60-second version of our program.
Right. I had a hiatus once.
Did you really?
Or was it a hernia?
I
don't know.
Hiatal hernia.
Anyways, let's get on with people working on their computer, long hours, and oftentimes back pain, neck pain, you can have shoulder pain, headaches, and it's usually the result of
poor posture.
Poor posture.
And, you know, if your system is set up poorly, there's no way you can have good posture.
Right.
So you got to have things set up correctly.
Exactly. So we're going to go through 4 steps. The first one is the height of the screen is monumental. You need to have it high enough.
Everybody's using laptops now, and show them, Brad, how it wants you to. There's almost no way around that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try to sit up straight, but you probably can't see the screen very well.
Especially when you get involved with your work, it's easy to forget about your posture, and then
you start creeping into that.
The screen draws you in, gravity takes over, and then
you have bifocals, it's even worse.
Oh, absolutely. So options: you don't have to go out and buy a fancy computer lift, which you can. This is you can take a thick book.
Right.
Obviously, in this case, it's not going to be thick enough. So I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to take this nice little plastic box. You can grab that from your closet. Maybe it's your kid's toy box or something like that. Whatever it takes, and get it up higher.
Make use of it.
So ideally, I've got this here. If you draw a parallel or a horizontal line from your eyes, it should line up with the middle of the computer screen, maybe in the top. It depends on which book you read. But even this could go a little bit higher.
Yep, it actually is not still high enough.
So this is a neat little thing that if you happen to have one of these around, I mean, you could just come
step
up,
stool.
Be creative, and here I'm going to put it right at this level, and now I'm good. So get the screen at the right level.
But you can't raise the screen unless you get a separate keyboard, Brad, because otherwise you're going to be up like this, and that's going to be hard on your arms, and your arms are going to. So you need to get a separate keyboard. They're not that much money. Really key. This is probably the number one thing people should make a difference.
A wireless keyboard.
A wireless keyboard.
They're about $20. You can spend a little more on them. I bought one for $20. It works fine. And then ideally, don't even put it on the table or on the desk. I really think it's worth getting one of these, and they're not that expensive. They're about $30, $35. Get one that has a cushion on the bottom. Some have memory foam. And have it, if you're using a mouse, have it a little wider so you can put a mouse on there. Put it right on your lap. And that's ergonomically
now
where
look
you
at his arms. His upper arm are straight up and down, and that's what you want.
Yep.
You want the lower arm to be at parallel or a little below parallel.
Yep.
So if it's up like this, you're up, you got too much of a bend.
Yeah.
So again, big difference these things are going to make if you apply them.
Absolutely. So, that's really some of the biggest costs that you have is that.
Right.
It's well worth it to eliminate a lot of the aches and pains. The next thing is a lumbar support, because your posture and your shoulders and your head and neck are just absolutely key to eliminate pain and all this ruining your body issue. Lumbar supports are not necessary, but they can be really helpful. We always recommend just take a towel. That's what we did here. Roll it up, put some tape around it, and you can use that.
Then you can decide on what size you need. If you are, more slight build like Brad, and
Oh, thank you.
well, you don't need a real big one like this because you
Yeah.
don't have a big gap there.
Right.
Like if you have a ample buttocks
Yep.
and you put it in there, you won't even feel that
Yeah.
one probably.
And it depends on your chair. Some, you may have an office chair that actually has a good lumbar support, and
Right.
you may not need one. But here we just have some options that you can purchase online.
And to be honest, a lot of times if you're forward, you're not even use this support. But
Right.
when you take a break, you can lean back and keep good posture.
Exactly. So Bob was more detailed. He's talking about when you're actually working, probably sitting towards the edge of your
Yeah.
chair, you're better off. And think about that posture.
But you do start to fatigue because that's how I work.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I'll just lean back.
Yeah, and
And-
we're going to talk about a key exercise in just a minute that's going to help eliminate
Sure.
some of those aches
Yeah.
and pains in the upper back and neck.
Yes.
But before we do that, I want to spend one more second, maybe a minute, on if your chair is too short and you don't happen to have a computer chair or workstation chair that you can rise up and down with the little lever, then if you can get a cushion, a pillow, or something, here, these work really well. They're Pete's Choice. They're soft and they're comfortable. But again, use whatever you have around. Now that makes me feel better. My knees are a little bit lower than my hips,
Yeah,
and that's
it's
better.
a lot more comfortable.
Right.
It's funny how often we use that Peach Choice cushion for everything.
Right.
For painting, for
Oh, yeah.
sitting on. I
Yep.
put my feet on it sometimes to raise my feet up.
Well, that's the case. If you have a chair
That's
that's
too high.
and your feet are dangling, that's terrible because you lose circulation to your feet. Then you have to find something to put it on the floor like
Right.
this.
Right.
Again, use whatever you have around the house if you want to purchase something.
Yeah.
I guarantee you're going to be happy with that.
Yeah.
Good. So we
right.
talked about the stretch.
Right.
The most important stretch is the
W.
W stretch.
Right.
W for win, for victory. Should be double V. Well, anyways,
Right.
W, because we're doing this, and there's some specific reasons and some specific things you have to do. So, Bob, you want to talk about that
Sure.
chin tuck?
So yeah, when you do this, you don't want to be like this. You don't want to do the W and then go like this.
Uh-huh.
So you want to get everything stretching here, and you're going to stretch the back of the neck.
Ah.
So you go into the W, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together, and then I'm chin tucking. I'm not bringing my chin down. I'm not bringing it up. I'm actually just backing it up. And for some of you, you're not gonna have much motion here yet.
Right.
So just work on what you have.
Yep.
Now there's a little variation to this. You can actually do the V, Brad.
Oh, yeah.
V. Wow.
Sure.
While you're actually squeezing the shoulders together, you can go back and forth.
You could do
like
the
that.
YMCA song from
Oh,
the 70s.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Have a little fun. But actually, you really want to do that probably every 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. Do 3 or 4 W stretches where you stretch and relax. Take a deep breath in.
Yeah. It's a good reminder of where your posture should be.
Right.
So, like, if you're starting to slump, you do the W.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to be.
Exactly.
And it's the reminder to get back.
And if you want to even go one step further, if you happen to have some kids around or you have a ball like this around, you can go purchase one at the store for a couple bucks. It should be a soft one, about 6-8 inches in diameter. Put this right here while you're doing the W stretch. And
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That if you're having mid back pain or maybe even up in the traps, this is the thing you're gonna want to try because this will take away a lot of ills.
exactly.
So-
Now look at this. I'm adjusting where the ball location is because you may have a knot lower in the back. So you put it down lower and you extend over that ball while you take a deep breath. And there's a good chance you're going to hear some cracking and some cavitation, as we call it in the therapy world. And that
Again,
always is a good
Move it up
good
and
treat-
down
Exactly.
to an area that feels the best, and maybe work on them all.
Exactly.
Different areas. So
So again,
we
we've
got
got
a little bonus, Brad. Right?
Yes, we do. There's one thing that we've actually discovered from a book on how to treat shoulders by an orthopedic surgeon. We found out it works great for posture. And Bob, tell him your story
Yeah.
about.
Okay. Well, whenever I take a break from the computer, and I don't do this one every 20 minutes. I'll do this like every hour.
Okay.
I go over to my hanging handles
Yep.
and I just hang.
Yep.
And the thing is, the first thing that happens is my back cracks.
Yep.
Because I've been compressing that back for so long
Sure.
sitting.
And how long
So-
do you hang for?
It doesn't take long.
An hour?
No.
I'm just wondering.
Like 20 seconds, and it kind of revives you.
Why, Bob? Why?
Yeah. You actually say you do this in the morning, right? It wakes you
I
up
do. As a
better.
matter of fact, this morning I got up, I used the restroom, and I went directly to my hanging handles. But if you have a pull-up bar, it works just fine too.
Yeah, or a tree
A
branch
tree,
in your
yep,
house.
yep.
That would work.
Just whatever you hang on, make sure it's solid.
Yeah,
it's not
make
going to
sure
break.
it's solid. I'm got my feet on the floor, but I'm actually putting almost all my weight on there.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
so
And, if you happen to have a shoulder problem or something that creates pain, it's not an option for
Yeah.
you. But most people will.
well, a lot of times it'll help your shoulder problem eventually.
Absolutely,
So-
yeah. We've got videos on proof on that particular instance. Bob, once again, we can fix just about anything except for
A broken heart.
right.
We'll work on it.
And good luck with your workstation at home. Hope you're happy by the end of the day doing your thing.